Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we are currently working our way forward here through our constructions, and we're making reasonable time at it, but not the best time. I would like to be making better time, there's no doubt about that, but we'll get there. So for now, this is absolutely okay. And what do we have going on here? Well, the Playful Prawn is in Tavander, and have we colonized this yet? That took a moment to open. The answer is no. We need to colonize that. And that, of course, means that we need to come in here and we need to begin starting work on all of our orbitals. So we'll do a major and a minor, and then there's a bunch of asteroids here. So minor orbital here and here and here. Wow, there's actually a lot of them. We'll build one up over here, and then we'll come up this direction, building a major, and then if I can select this, there we go. Building a minor, we would build a major here. This would then be a minor. We would then build a minor out over this direction. We can come up here. That's a lot of asteroids, actually. There's still another one down over here. So we could build a major there. Those are orbital rings, or rather just planetary rings, but that is not, in fact, and I didn't get the star. That's not, in fact, a moon, but this is. So we can build a minor orbital there, and then we can come down to this asteroid and build a minor there. So something along the lines of that should be fine. Now, of course, we've got the Wave Skimmer 5, which is up in Jalora and needs basically the same thing. So we'll get a colony ship going here, and let's begin work on some orbitals here. First things first, we would put in a minor here. This would be a minor. This would be a minor. We'd come out over this way. This would be a major. Put in a minor here. This would be a major, and then we can come up this direction, do a major here. That was an arc furnace. That isn't actually going to build, but we can queue up a major next. There we go, and this is going to be a minor. This would then be a major, followed by yet another minor, and then another major orbital right there. Okay, so that should be all of our construction ships working for a bit anyway. We'll let that continue, and the ISS Clever Clam is currently hiding down here. I guess we could grab some Archaea studies stuff. That seems reasonably fine. There's not a lot for this science ship to be doing right now, so that's understood. And of course, this construction ship, it's going to be working for a little bit to harvest these extra alloys, now that we've decided not to build orbitals around locations that are producing alloys in this manner. So that'll be absolutely fine. And we're currently putting in a habitation district here. That's okay. Cool. So the price of alloys is high at this moment. We do not need to reinforce any of our military fleets, so that is looking good. Do we need any jobs here? Not at this moment, although we will probably start needing some fairly soon. So that means that we can come down to Azeroth Station here, and we can start working on putting in additional defense platforms. So that's absolutely fine. Let's get a few of those going. Okay, we must be getting really close to capping this out, right? So this is going to be 35 plus 28. So that is, what, 63? Something like that? Definitely making progress. Excellent. So, of course, wait, what was that? I thought I saw an orbital dock here that had an upgrade available. But no, it must have been one of these anchorages. Okay, that's fine. Yep, no problem there. So next up, we need our construction ships to be, you know, doing things, right? I would like this war in heaven to end. That should be done pretty soon. How are we doing on constructing our army here? This is probably enough. Yeah. So I'm going to grab our army plus all of our fleets, and we're going to head out to Sigy here. So off we go. I'm going to keep these guys in Lake Shutra. And we're going to start taking out some of this stuff, and I just want to force the war in heaven to be over at this time. So that is the goal. I want to get to proper peace, because I want to be able to change our capital at long, long last. They're currently losing unity. We'll see if that changes. For the moment, it's probably fine. So checking through our jobs again, I see that we've gained like 7 pops since we last checked. So there is a distinct possibility. But no, we don't need any work there. So all of those pops were put to work in locations that already have jobs. That's fine. That's ideal, to be honest. So that's all looking good. And now the question is, how long is it going to take us to get to Sigy? Probably not very, is my guess. Also, as a backup question here, a crime wave on Eolum Prime. Okay, that's complete. Very rude. This is not actually particularly problematic. Okay, noted. This transport fleet is not supposed to go all the way there. Just sit in Shutra for now. And these guys, they're going to sit in this jump point. And actually, it looks like, well, the hyper relay's right there. I'm not sure where these forces are going. They may or may not be going to Sigy. That said, the mischievous muscle is now done in Alasia, and that looks good. I want to head up to Chavash, and we're going to start working on a Habitat Central complex up here. Perfect. Current price of alloys? Actually, look at that. Our alloy production dropped by about 200. Why did that happen? Oh, it's because we departed with our fleet. We're no longer getting the 25% maintenance reduction. That's why. No problem. Understood. Okay, let's sell off some of this food. There we go.
Battling aggressor station.
And we are attacking Sigy at this point. Our ships are not exactly as even as I'd like them to be. And actually, it looks like we're not going to have to invade here, are we? We just need to take out the orbital rings and the station here. There. That should be done. Okay, so now we're going to have all of these guys head over to here. And they're going to group up there. They'll get there quite quickly. And I want this guy to be an admiral. And then, okay, that was it. He only had the one upgrade. So then we've got this guy here. So we could go for Prudence, which is pretty good, actually. 20% weapons range and combat disengagement chance is kind of huge. The Black Tide has no leader at this moment, so I'm going to put in Claws of Burgundy. There we go. That'll be fine. Okay, so the Yuzuku Regulator fleet is here. That's really not a very frightening fleet. At 350k, we should be able to take that on no problem. But I want to force an end to this war at long, long last. Similar to how we forced an end to the previous war, but hopefully with fewer losses. That would be nice. Checking through our jobs again real quick. There are no new jobs needed. Okay. And at this point, we should be just about in position in Bokramar. I do see that they've attacked Adasich over here, so this should not be a problem. We can let them handle that. So that, of course, means that we can come down to Avior and prepare to go to the jump point here. We also should probably bring our transport fleet over, and we can land on, like, Backrot. What's the army situation here? 1,000 and 644. Okay, so we should probably go over to here. Done. So this is being bombarded by our allies, and that seems fine. I'm actually interested, potentially, in instead of directly attacking there, coming in and bombarding Backrot. So let's do that. Are all of these set to indiscriminate bombardment? This one's not. Any others? This one's not. Okay, there we go. That looks good. So we can go for, say, ship hull points. That'll be fine.
Building a new home.
Excellent. So we got some refugees from Aluna. Looks good. So we're up to 662 pops at this point. So that's 4 additional pops over what we had, not last time we checked, but last time I called it out. So that's fine. Kochab Secundus requires a job. This is a tech world. I'm going to put in a city district for now because
Research
I'd like to
complete.
unlock more building slots here. That'll be fine for the moment. And there's some shield hit points. I like it. We can then go for, say, energy weapon fire rate. Okay, so this looks really strange. Why do these all have a square around them. Well, not all of them. Most of them have a square around them. Interesting. Well, we are bombarding this, and that should be fine. So, have we landed up over here yet? No. We will be arriving shortly. Sounds good. So, this is down to 627 at this point. And it should be being bombarded, right? Yeah, 626 now. It's a very, very slow bombardment. They don't have much going on there. Backrot is being bombarded much more quickly, no doubt about that, because, I mean, we're doing it. So that looks fine for the moment. We don't need to reinforce any of our ships at this moment, but if we end up fighting these guys, we will have to. There's no doubt about that.
Founding a new
Okay,
home.
so the Mesoglea 8 is currently done in Troydom. Understood. There wasn't much for it to do there anyway. So let's head down to Kazoo. We're going to have to build our orbital habitat around the star here because everything here is actually an asteroid. Okay. Interesting. Well, that seems absolutely fine
Planetary
for
invasion
now.
begun.
Okay, so we've invaded Pokats at this point. And we can see that our allies have joined in here. Hopefully, we will utilize some of their forces instead of some of ours. That would be nice. They've got those gene warriors, and we would very, very much like to not utilize our clones, if at all possible. Toss those gene warriors in. They're so much better. Our clones are extremely, extraordinarily disposable. I mean, they're not maxing out their front line, and we do see that their morale is definitely dropping. We will win this, but at what cost is the question at this point. I mean, we're probably going to lose this army. Yeah, it got replaced by Gene Warriors, though. That's good. We want to see Gene Warriors replacing our clones. Excellent. So that'll be taken over very soon, and you can see this is already up to 38% devastation. No problem there. And they have gone and attacked Strebor. Sure. So that seems fine for now. And there's just this army left. Unfortunately, it's hitting this army, and we're not disengaging that, so it's likely that we're going to lose that army. Yeah, we're going to lose that. That's okay. Oh, another allied clone army coming in there. They're now hitting this army, which is the correct army for this defensive force to be hitting. However, their morale is now broken, and I think we disengaged that army, so they shouldn't have any additional significant damage output. This looks good. So we're going to get that taken over.
Aggressor colony emancipated.
Excellent. And now we're going to go land on Backrot, which this has been heavily bombarded. There's not much left here, and we'll just take this back over, no problem. So in we go here. And as soon as we start that, they have departed from Aluna. Is this a shipyard? It is. Is Strebor? We don't know. Okay. So let's go ahead and start this invasion of Backrot. Communications established with these guys. Okay. That's very late in the game. But sure. So we should have this under control very, very soon. This bombardment has been extraordinarily successful. At this point, we're going to go attack Aluna. And let's do that. We can see that they are already at... actually, their morale damage wasn't all that hurt.
Battle commenced.
Okay, sure. I am wondering what these squares signify, though. That's new. For sure. That's definitely new. I feel like that's signifying their up direction. Like the square is located beneath them and it rotates with them. I don't know. It's weird that some ships have it and some don't. I'm guessing it has to do with their equipment in some way. Or it's a size thing. It might just be that our Titans completely eclipse it. Yeah, we can see it's actually here for the Titans as well. I wonder if this is just an affectation to indicate that it's ours. I don't know. Do enemy ships have that with a, say, different color? If we headed over here, they have it with the same color. Interesting. I wonder what that indicates then. Well, I'm sure we'll find out eventually. And yeah, they're going to take that over. That's expected. So we've got Bukral here, 598, and we've got Backrot, 0. Beautiful. Okay, so we're going to have these guys come on over and land on Backrot. For now, they're just going to enter orbit
Battle
here.
commenced.
We're going to take out this starbase nice and quickly. There's 0 garrison here, so we're going to take that first. Wonderful. So away goes this starbase, to no one's surprise. And now we're going to select all of these guys. They're still fighting an orbital ring. This one down here. Okay. Well, we'll get rid of that. There we go. Now, I want them to be bombarding Bukral at this point. Where's our army at? Here it is. So that's going to come in to Backrot here. There's nothing to oppose us, so we're just going to head directly in there. And we're going to start bombardment on Bukral, which, as we can see, is already 28%. Okay, so that looks good. And we'll get that bombarded up very quickly indeed. So the question is, what are these guys doing? They're just kind of flying around this way. Okay. They took Strebor, but there's nothing to invade there, so we should be able to move through that pretty quickly. So that looks good. All we need to do is land a single troop on Backrot,
Planetary invasion begun.
and it is us.
Aggressor colony emancipated.
Excellent. So now we're going to go land on Bukral, which is already basically bombarded into oblivion. This is going very swiftly. Incredibly fast, actually. They're down to 1 remaining army. Will that army still be there when we actually land? I don't know. It might be gone. It's going to be really weak, no matter what. It's gone. Okay, so we'll take this over immediately.
Invasion begun.
And I want to head down to Jana here. Reason being... okay. So the Awakened Empire is now defeated because that was their last planet. Understood. The end of the Urzuku regulators. So these are now uncolonized. That's fine. We're not going to go after them. Let's just head right on back to Radar Central. Beautiful. So that war is over. And that, of course, means that we can make Radar Central be our capital again. At long last. We need 38 influence to do that. Okay. So it's going to take a little bit to build up that influence, but I want to do this. The Bow Rider 13 is currently in Gothra, and it looks like it just finished up all of this. So normally that would mean that we're going to come down to, like, Vair, and we're going to build a habitat, like, around this nanite world. That's going to cost influence. So we're going to idle this construction ship for a little bit here. We're going to let our influence grow, and we need to give this a couple of month ticks to get that all done. So did we lose any ships? We lost 0 ships. Okay, and yeah, we lose those to the Hiran Pious Nation. That is absolutely expected. No surprises there whatsoever. So that looks good. Do we have anything to do with our orbital rings? Not currently. Okay, our Mega Shipyard Core has been put in place. That is absolutely noted. And let's just check through here quick. Okay, Holabre needs a planetary capital upgrade. We will definitely get that going. Anything else here? Not really. Okay, so the Mega Shipyard, we could upgrade again to bring that up. That'll cost 10,000. That seems fine. Let's get that going. Excellent. So we'll be returning back very soon to Radar Central. We'll be there in about 90 days. So that is looking good. That will boost up our alloy count, of course. So all is looking good there. And we are at peace at long long last. We didn't really participate very much in that war, but we did end both of them. So there is that. One was a lot more expensive than the other. This last one, very, very simple. We did very little, to be honest. But it was the push that was needed. So that is absolutely great. What's the price on alloys? 13.5? Okay. Hopefully that price will drop now that the wars are over. We'll see. We will be doing something about that whole wars are over situation fairly soon, especially if the price drops. That would be great. Next month tick here, we'll be able to relocate our capital. That costs 250 influence. It is quite expensive. Unanimous war declaration to president decides? I'm going to vote no on that. Okay, let's move our capital. All trade routes will be removed. Okay, so now we need to redo trade routes, potentially. Yes. So the way that we're going to do this is I'm just going to go down here, and we're going to look for trade routes that are disconnected. Like this one here in Valis. This is simply going to be connected directly to Radar Central. Nunki is also going to be directed to Radar Central. What else is disconnected at this point? I don't see any others that are considered disconnected, but they actually kind of are. So Markaz should be out over here. Urantok should be out over here. Demi-Vito should be out here, like that. Rakaron is connecting to Demi-Vito right now. That can connect directly into Radar Central. All of these are going to be connected together and go up to Voldop, but Voldop is disconnected. So that's going to go to Radar Central. Waga is going to go to Radar Central. Anything up this way? Well, we've got Kazabius right now, which can go directly to Radar Central. Pennick goes to Radar Central. Torfree can go to Radar Central. Azeroth goes to Radar Central, and Radar Central looks good. Terminal egress, of course, would come directly to Radar Central. So we're funneling everything through our gateways pretty much at this point, and that should be fine. I don't think we'll have a trade issue. Let's give it a month tick, and we'll see what's considered disconnected. We may have missed something, but I think that should be good. Okay. So we're back to Radar Central being our capital, which is fantastic. We do, of course, need, and they did vote for that. Ugh, gross. We do need to build up our influence, so that is understood. We're going to be idling this construction ship for a fair amount of time. Yeah, we've connected our capital. That's understood. So a month tick has occurred, and the question is, what's our trade situation looking like? So let's look through this real quick. We're looking for indicators of being disconnected from our trade network. There are no indicators. Okay. So it's likely that our trade is actually connected. 2828. Noted. Is there anywhere that the trade is not being gathered? Actually, prohibit separate treaties is fine. I will vote yes on that. Okay, we're checking right now to see if there's any trade not being gathered, and it looks like it's all being gathered, so I don't see any issues there. I think our trade is in a good spot. Yeah, looks good. This is expected. That is what we would want to see here. Beautiful. So this habitat complex is now complete. That, of course, means that we can immediately begin colonizing Aranus Prime. And I would like to head in over here and start construction on our orbitals. So we need a major orbital here. This would be a minor orbital. We would come down this way and build a major and a minor and a major and another major. This would be a third major orbital. These are absolutely fine to build orbitals over. They are producing minerals. So a major orbital here, and then a minor. This would be a major here. Up over this direction, we would need a minor and then a major. Something like that should be good. Okay. So that looks fine for the moment. We do have the one idle construction ship, and that is waiting on influence. So that's going to be a little bit, but we'll get there. We also just finished up with this in Kerbis. So let's colonize this as well. There we go. And let's head in here and get these orbitals queued up as well. So this would be a major. Anything going on in this asteroid belt way down here? Okay. This would be a major here, coming out over this direction. Yet another major. We can't build one over Kerbis for some reason. I don't know why that happens sometimes. It might be the class of the star. But it's not giving us the option to build over that star. So for the moment, we won't do that. We'll just do something like that. Nice and easy. Okay, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to continue to work on our habitat construction, as well as hopefully putting a fair amount of resources next episode into getting our constructions on our star bases, our border defenses, online. That is absolutely something that we need to get done as soon as possible. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Andy McGar, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Xenocyte, Hiro Marutsu, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.